right, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. So in this video, it's pretty much, me going over when to start and how to start building your characters, So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Like it up, comment below. It does help me out a lot. And yeah, let's get to it. So when you really want to start, investing in your characters for pretty much end game, right? So typically union level 30 is where you kind of want to be at, and then your data bank, you really want to be data bank level 17. Why? It's because your 50% drop rate on your 5 stars, because I know level 15 is when you start to get a 5-star, but you have a 30% chance, right? So yeah, if you get lucky, on some of the echoes you get during your grind to level this up, you want to start leveling those out bit by bit, right? But yeah, typically you want to start farming at level 17 with the 50% drop rate, because you will have to farm for more echoes, right? Unless you're just lucky and you're just getting lucky with the substats. But yeah, so yeah, level 17, you want to start farming, right? And then farming and building, right? But okay, so like, how do you build your character to get stronger to pretty much carry you through the game, right? Especially start doing like the tower and all of this end game that we have, right? So typically I'll say this right now: you wanna focus on a team, right? Just one team, right? Your main DPS, your sub DPS, and your support. Your support, not so much, because all they're really doing is pretty much supporting your main carry, right? So like typically your healer, and if you have arena, your Baiji, right? Your Jianjin, if you build their support, they don't need as much investments. So in this video, we're kind of mainly talking about your main DPS, right? So yeah, so your main DPS, whoever you choose to main, right? Typically whatever element they are is going to be that set for them, right? We do have this lingering tune set, attack 10%, and on field attack increased by 5% every 1.5 seconds, and it stacks up to 4 stacks in the outro skill damage when you do your outro skill is 60%, right? So you only get really a big damage buff on your outro skill, so it's not really that great. But everything else is pretty much 30%, 15% stacks up to 2 times 30%, 30%, right? And the Havoc says 7.5%, then it stacks up to 4 times, after releasing basic and heavy attack. It's perfect for Donjin, right? So if I haven't already said it, I'm going to use my Donjin for example. She's pretty much almost like complete in a way, but not like fully. But yeah, I'm going to use her for example. So typically 99% of the damage dealers that we have in this game is going to use the elemental set, right? You do have your support sets here, so healing bonus and energy regen, right? So, and they kind of buff, this set buffs the next character that comes on field, and this one is a party buff, right? But these are just more support roles. But we're not really here to talk about support. We're talking about your main carry to start building, right? Like I said, your supports don't really need that much investment. Healing bonus is safe set to go with, so yeah, so right here my main is Donjin right now. One of my mains exactly, because Jianjin, I'm building her DPS as well, but she just has better gear, so I have to use her for example. But yeah, so boom, sun sinking eclipse, you're like, okay, you go to data bank, and then you go to Sonata gallery, and this is pretty much all the sets. And then when you click on a certain set, they show these echoes. So these echoes are the echoes that will drop this set, so keep that in mind. And now you're like, okay, who do I farm? Is there a specific person I farm? Yes. So you typically want to farm for the elite enemies and the boss enemies, which is like the overlord class, and for Havoc said they have another boss, which is the Dreamless, which this one's more for the Havoc MC. For instance, Donjin Crownless is going to be the best bet for her, right? Why the boss for your main echo slot is because their skill is just absolutely insane. They have big damage and they actually give you a buff on the damage of your character. So yeah, and then after that you want to start farming for your elite characters. Why your elite characters, which it says right here, if you know if you want to just like click around, like these are your common classes. This is another elite class that you can farm. Right, so common class. So yeah, elite classes, what you need to farm or why you need to farm that next is because, or you can farm vice versa, elite class first or the boss. It doesn't really matter, whatever you can drop. If you get lucky, you're gonna be farming for everything anyways. But elite class drops the elemental damage bonus, so these classes of echoes will drop, like, your spectral damage bonus, your electro damage bonus, your havoc damage bonus. So that's typically why you want to farm those two. And your common classes is going to be like your attack, your HP and stuff like that. But yeah, for your main damage dealer, you want attack, right? So yeah, so moving on, once you establish that, let's go here with the cost. So every character has a 12 cost, especially once you start getting leveling up your data bank. You eventually will reach a 12 cost, right? So every echo has a number. Your boss echoes will always have 4, right? Your elite classes will always have 3, and then your commons will always have 1. So typically you want to do 4 3 3 1 1. So yeah, so keep that in mind, because you can't do like 4 4. I mean, you can do 4 4 4 4 4. Well, you can't do so you can only do 3, because 4 and 8 and 12. So you'll be missing 2 here, which is not optimal. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so you want to do 4 3 3 1 1. So your boss echo is going to be your main slide because of the echo skill. Echo skill is just crazy, man. That's why you want the boss in your main slide. So right here, what the Crownless does is you transform him into him. He does 4 attacks. 2 attacks deal 134% damage, havoc damage. The third attack deals 100.56% damage, and the fourth attack deals 67.04% of havoc damage of 3 times. So that alone is just huge damage, man. And then that's not even it. After you transform, it increases the current character's havoc damage by 12% and the resident skill, which is your skill, damage by 12%. So it gives you a minor buff, right? So this is just insane, So boss is typically your main echo slot, which you want on the field. And then these boss echoes they're the only echoes that drop the crit rate and crit damage, right? They can drop the HP, the healing, but like I said, you really want crit rate or crit damage, right? Typically crit rate, unless you can get a lot of crit rate on the substats, right? Like right here I have the crit rate 6.3%. So yeah, so you really want crit rate or crit damage, and the boss enemies are the only ones that drop the main stat of crit rate, crit damage. So yeah, so you gotta farm these. it's gonna take a while, but like I said, you could opt out of farming this for right now and just do the elite classes. I mean, you could do the common classes too, but they'll drop you the attacks very commonly. So yeah, just you can do the common ones. I'm pretty sure when you do level up your data bank, you'll probably have some of these that you just typically want to kind of level up, right? So but yeah, so your elite classes is going to be the damage bonuses, right? So the havoc damage bonus you really want on the on the elite classes. So you can have 2 elemental damage bonuses here, right? So right here I got my havoc damage bonus, and right here I have energy regen because I don't have another one that dropped for me right now. So yeah, so this one typically you want the elemental damage bonus. So right here for me it would be another havoc damage bonus. But keep in mind that you can't have the same echo twice. So for instance, both of the wolves, I equip this, and you can see I don't have the 5-piece bonus anymore. So you can't have 2 of the same echo. So keep that in mind. So yeah, so back here I equip him, I got the 5-piece set bonus again. So keep that in mind. So right here, havoc damage bonus, right? And then your common classes for DPS, you want attack and attack, right? And after that, that's when you want to, your substats is going to be pretty much just attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, and depending on your character, you would probably want like resonance liberation damage, which that's your ultimate damage, or your resonance skill damage bonus, which is all good on dungeon. So that's pretty much, other things that you can, opt for, or, if you just have this, it's a bonus, right? So typically you want um attack percent, crit rate, crit damage, and like basic attacks, and depending on the character that you main, might benefit off of it. If it benefits off of it, it's a plus, right? So yeah, so mainly attack, crit rate, crit damage, right? Energy regen in there too, on the substats. Depending on your character, like if you're maining GN, I know all his damage is pretty much from his ultimate, so you want to have energy regen also. So yeah, that's pretty much how you want to build your character, right? Supports will be another thing, right? But typically almost the same thing, but just you could probably do energy regen or like a healing bonus or whatever, your supports. But that's that could be another video. It's just, of itself. But yeah, so once you get your echo that you got, like let's say, oh, I got this havoc damage bonus, you wanna level it. Don't level it up to max yet. Level it up to 10, at least. Well, level it up to 10, and once you do that, you get this slot right here and this slot right here. It'll be blank. It'll say to be tuned, right? And then after that, you use your premium tuners, which you can get from like the gift shop and the tower of the all the end game stuff that we have. The shops in there, they drop them, so you can buy them off there. But you use them wisely, because you don't want to use all of them, right? Like I said, you typically want to focus on your main damage dealer, then after that your sub DPS, then your support character, or you can focus main DPS, and so you probably a little bit on your support, right? But just focus on one team, right? You don't want to just willingly just use all your materials, right? So yeah, typically level 10, it'll unlock these two. It'll say to be tuned, and then after that, use your tuners, which is like I think it's like a 10 cost of the tuners and like 2,000 of your coins. And then once you do that, that's when you get your substats. It'll be randomized, right? And then depending on what you get, let's say you got the attack 10.1%, the crit damage 18.6%. Then you're like, oh, I mean, you got to level up even more, right? So you want, you can max it out right then and there, right? Or you want to just, level it up to 20, because 15 will give you another slot, then 20 will give you another slot, and then 25 will give you the last slot. So go to 20, use your tuners again, see what you get, and if you don't really like it, then that's when you kind of want to like, stick with the echo until you can replace it, right? But my point here is just do not waste your materials. If you do, let's say you go to level 10, you use your tuners, and you get like flat attack and flat defense, it's like, do you really want to use more materials to kind of see what you can get? Because as you level the echo up, you'll need more, level up materials. So so keep in mind, try not to waste it. Farm more if you can, and see if you can get better substats the next echo you get. I know it's gonna take a while to get like damage bonuses, but I mean, this is pretty much what these type of games do. That's it's just the grind, right? So yeah, so level up, don't max it out right away. Level 10, see the 2 substats that you do get, and yeah, so I'll give you an example right here in this part, because I already pretty much leveled this one up. to 22 or 15 at first. So I had to kind of do the video. So I'll leave it there to give you guys an example. Oh damn, 22. All right, for the sake of the video, I'll do it. So I'll upgrade this to 22, and then I get that. This is what you'll see right here once you level it up to 10. It'll say to be tuned. Then once you click this, these materials right here, these Echo Premier Tuner or Premium Tuners, you should have a lot of them by now. But yeah, so you gotta pretty much spend these to unlock a substat. So it'll be really random, right? So it costs 2,010 of these. So boom, and I get I get flat attack. So, but yeah, man, that's pretty much it. You know, hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I did, let me know in the comments. Let me know if this helps you out. And yeah, I'll be making guide videos or showcases probably in the next week or two, because I'm still kind of grinding. I know a lot of people are, you know, doing their guides or whatever, but I kind of want to have like, I want to feel comfortable with my echoes, which I can show you an example here. My G engine, my DPS G engine is going pretty well. Crit rate 42.6, 182 crit damage. Why I didn't use her as an example in this video is because I don't have my elite ones, you know. I only have my common ones here, you know. So, but I did get a good piece right here, the crit rate. Pretty decent piece. Like I said, the boss skills are just insane, bro. So pretty much main slot is gonna be a boss slot. I have pretty decent ones right here, as you can see. So I'm getting up there. My G engine showcase video builds is coming soon. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. I will see you guys on the next video, and subscribe for more videos like it up, comment below, and I will see you guys on the next one.